Hit me on your didgeridoo, ba da ba da bit boo da ba da ba dee boo ba dee ba dee ba 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 doo ba dee ba ba da ba dee ba da boo da ba da ba dee doo ba da ba da. Hello, wonderful people. Connor Whitmore here again with another video for you on the Nawtystep channel, and it is time for the fifth and final video of Yearly Favourites Week 2023 as I bring you my top 50 singles from the last year in bass music. In this video, in this list, one track, one original per producer, though vocalists I'm saying can be mentioned more than once in this list, in this video. And we're going upwards here from 50 to number 1, with 50 more honourable mentions coming beforehand. Honestly, over all the years that I've been doing these videos, this one might have been the most difficult to put together. And don't forget, I've gone through about maybe 20-odd thousand originals over the course of the year. So if someone isn't placed high enough for you in this list, just remember, they're in the top 100 for the entire of bass music. Not just dubstep, not just trap or house or D&B or whatever. I've heard 20,000 plus songs over the course of last year, and they're in the top 100, so still extremely good. Before I forget to mention, we're doing a listening party on the Discord, which is linked down below in the description box, the server. If you want to join in, please do. We do it every year. We listen to the whole of the top 50 up to number 1, all the tracks in full. It's a lot of fun. If you want to join in Monday next week on the Discord, please do. And just before we get going, please do drop your favourite bass originals from the last year in bass music in the comment section down below. Let's get the discussion going. That is the best bit. But yeah, here we go, people. The honourable mentions for the top singles of last year in bass music, with the main list coming straight after that. I will see all of you legends in a bit. Okay, the honourable mentions are done, they are dusted. You definitely will have seen a couple in there that you liked over the past year in bass music. But yeah, here we go, the main list. And what we're going to do here is just rattle through 50 to number 31 before cracking on with the top 30 with a little bit more explanation. So here we go. At number 50, we have Total by Feed Me. At number 49, we have Blood Painting by Muerte. At number 48, we have Avalanche by KX5 or Cascade and Deadmau5. And at number 47, we have Like That by Peekaboo and Liney. At number 46, we have Planet X by Hugh K and Claybrook. At number 45, we have Pressure by Mithem. At number 44, we have Drop Top by Document 1. And at number 43, Sorry by Effin. At number 42, we have No Gold, No Glory by Rejects Collective. At number 41, we have First by Ethan Plus. At number 40, we have Neon Love Song by Kero. And at number 39, Emerald Sand by Azale. At number 38, we have The Wisp Song by Chi. At number 37, we have Fever by A-Trip. At number 36, we have Vision by Waze and Pavan. And at number 35, Future by Recon. At number 34, we have Swing King by Sesko and Hamdi. At number 33, we have Still Here by Fox Stevenson. At number 32, we have Nirvana by Rainier Zonneveld and Hilo, also known as Oliver Heldens, of course. And at number 31, we have Miles Away by Tasoki and Leotrix. Miles away, miles away. Okay, moving on into the top 30, and coming in at number 30, we have Heaven by Delta Heavy with Jem Cook on vocal duty. And I know this track came out originally in 2022, but it came out with the Delta Heavy EP in 2023. I didn't mention it in 22, so I'm going to mention it here. Yeah, this track is just striking in all ways, in all facets and factors. I absolutely love it. What a track, what a banger. And then following that, at number 29, we have Inside by Angel Cannon, which is for me the best wave track from the whole of last year. That distant and kind of icy trap flavour about it. Yeah, the songwriting, the drops, the vocal, just everything here, the production really on point, and everything you want from a track of that kind. And coming after that, at number 28, we have G-O-A-T, Goat by Virus Syndicate and Lumpa Sketty. For me, the best stripped back and simple beat of last year in bass music from Lumpa, and Virus Syndicate just murking it on the mic as per. Not much more needs to be said, it is a good combination. And then after that, we have Seismic by AC Slater and Chris Lorenzo, which is one of the juiciest house tracks of last year. Can't help but move along with it. Irresistible, dark, naughty, groove, and just fucking great. And then at number 26, we have All I Know by Drone featuring Snowy. And my god, what a fucking gnarly tune this is. Snowy kills it on the vocal, and Drone comes in with a very cutting beat that gets right under your skin. Very, very good. I love that combination. And then following that, at number 25, we have Resonance by Omnium and Final Fix, which is one of the most thrilling and captivating D&B tunes of last year. A lot of story bound up in this one, perhaps more than any other D&B cut that I heard last year. A lot of charm to it, and yeah, I've just kept going back to it just to feel that energy kind of surging through me. It feels like the kind of one that would be on a scene in a film where there's a bit of a chase going on and it's a bit frenetic. That kind of thing. At number 24, we have Spiral by Twirl, which has one of the best vocal samples of last year, and a very powerful and striking and compelling instrumental to go with that underneath. Yeah, it is a very good cut. And then at number 23, we have As I Leave Everything by Neddy, and he's just written another super gorgeous and glorious and just delightful track. He just keeps churning them out year on year, release on release. I just don't really get how he does it. At number 22, we have Harbinger by Enort, which is for me the best big room dubstep or tear out track of last year. Very, very good. Seismic and seizure inducing kind of stuff. I can feel it rattling my body whenever I hear it, and I fucking love it. And then following that, at number 21, we have God Complex by Zero and Pavan on vocal duty yet again in this list. Yeah, this is the one that has me kind of throwing my arms about the most in this list. Like, if this comes on in the club, don't get in my way. I'm going to be skanking, throwing my arms about. And yeah, these two are just a fantastic collaboration, and combination is really good. At number 20, we have This Bed Won't Stop Spinning, the house and techno alias of Boombox Cartel. And yeah, this is my favourite techno track of last year for sure. Just such a naughty beat, one of the naughtiest beats of last year. And I just love how it kind of bubbles at the surface and simmers away like a meal that is being cooked in one pot. And yeah, with this track, it really does feel like Boombox Cartel is onto a massive winner with this Boxcar alias. It really does. Top tune. After that, number 19, we have Higher by Amalke, The Others, and Subscape. And this is the best track from the EP that reminded me of why I got into bass music in the first place. So quite a special tune for me. And music like this, with this much charm and story and nostalgia bound up in it, is music that we must treasure and leave a bit of a space for, leave room for, and just platform. Give it a platform, celebrate it, and all that. And then at number 18, we have Wave 90 by Bush Baby and Clark, which is basically just what you get when you have a massive bopper that hits all the right spots in all the right ways. That is what we get right here. The vocals, really, really good. The production, soothing and warm. The pace of it, fantastic. Just everything you want from a speed garage tune. Moving on, number 17, we have Shelliverse by Sammy Vergi and Flowdan. This is just such good energy across the board. From the production from Sammy Vergi, really spiky, on its feet, lively. Then you got the Flowdan vocal, quite devilish and gnarly, got a bit of bite to it, but also quite animated. Yeah, it's a match made in heaven, and I want more of it, quite frankly. After that, number 16, we have Mirage Part 2 by Alex Perez and Headland, and these drops, they are the fattest that I heard last year. I'm just gonna stick my neck out, put my neck out and say it. This is the most all-encompassing and enveloped that I felt by bass music last year. These drops are ridiculous. If you haven't heard it yet, go and check it out. This is a duo that is very good. They made a whole album. Go and check out my coverage of that in the Albums of the Year video. And this track was the best of the album that they put out. And then at number 15, we have Vibrance by Asora, Beast Boy and Mic Shift. This tune, I've just realised more and more over time how much I love it. The glorious introduction, you got a drop for each producer, which is a really clever way of going about it, and all of it executed with this really icy colour about it that just makes it so radiant and lovely on the ear. Yeah, this track is stunning. And then at number 14, we have Stacks by Jules and 24 Hours. This is the best track from one of the best LPs from last year, one of the best albums of last year. New age trap in full flow and everything there is to love about that style, like grand musicality, really big room production, fantastic vocals, all cohering and coming together in a very effective way. Jules just killing it with this tune. And I do, by the way, also want to shout out Freaks and Geeks from that album. That would have been in here if I could have had 2 tracks per artist. Another great tune, but Stacks, it just edges it out. Next up, number 13, we have Halo by Pendulum and Bring Me the Horizon, a colliding of musical worlds that I don't think anyone knew they needed, but once it came about, everyone was like, yeah, that really works. Why didn't they do that before? The chemistry that we get between the different vocalists is very, very good. Love that dynamic with a very top instrumental to go with that as well. Yeah, love this track, and it might just be the best one since Immersion, since that last Pendulum album, which is about a decade or so. Yeah, exceptional stuff. And then at number 12, we have Palindromes by Vorso, and as you can imagine, very difficult, very, very difficult to choose just one song from the best album of the year in bass music for me, but this would have to be it. It's just something about that dark, irresistible, housey kind of groove and how it evolves over the course of the tune. The sounds involved, the production, it is just so difficult to tear myself or oneself away from. I absolutely love it. And yeah, my favourite track from the best album of last year. And after that, number 11, we have Badadan by Chase and Status. Yep, what a tune. It feels like it was a bit of a moment actually when it came out, this cut. Like, everyone just kind of stopped to appreciate it. The whole bass scene was just like, yep, Chase and Status, they've done it again, but this one feels especially good. The beat, extremely down and dirty with a load of underground flavour in there, and a big cast and assembly of different vocalists to go with that, making for a big coming together of different artists on show. Yeah, really good. Could have been a little bit longer, but what we get here is very good. Okay, top 10 singles of last year in bass music. Here we go, and kicking that all off with at number 10, we have New Kid by Wink. Yeah, bit of a breakthrough year for Wink, and this was his best original from last year, mile and away for me. So much going on here, so much, but really clean in the execution, even with it being so layered and stacked and all of that with the sounds going on. Yeah, it's very hard hitting, but also very melancholic, so you can expect something with a bit of bite about it, a bit of aggression, but also something that's going to give you a cuddle and comfort you when you're feeling a bit low and a bit shit. So yeah, a lot going on there in that cut, New Kid, and I love it, to be honest. And coming in at number 9, we have Revenge of the Orchestra by Apache featuring Magugu. This is one of Apache's best tracks ever. I'm going to say maybe his best track ever, in my opinion, and it's also the one where the orchestral or classical bass approach really clicked for me. Not gonna lie, pretty hard to find better chemistry than what we get here with the tribal house from Apache and the mean kind of guttural vocal from Magugu, and then mixed in with all the classical elements as well, it makes for what is quite a thrilling cut, and yeah, that is exactly what we get here. And then at number 8, we have Molotov by Habstract and Malar, and there were many Habstract bangers from last year. As you'll know if you watch my album video, I kind of wax lyrical about that LP, but this one, the fun of this one, the jubilance of this one is just quite hard to look past. There are a few things that had me beaming repeatedly last year, like this track, and the playfulness of it did and does still, to be honest. Yeah, the drops are really good, the production fantastic, the vocal samples to go with that are expert. yeah, can't really fault it for what it's going for. Moving on, number 7, we have Trip by Subfocus and Metric, one of the collaborations of the year, and my D&B track of last year, my drum and bass track of the year. Yeah, this is just two legends from a similar kind of music going at it. Everything is down here. Musicality and melodies. You got lead lines, you got production, you got vocal samples. It all coheres in a really effective way, and it's just two legends, like I said, doing their thing, strutting their stuff, and a fantastic way as well, I think, to open up Subfocus's album Evolve, which I talked about as well in my Albums of the Year video. Go and check that out if you haven't yet. But yeah, really good tune. Love what these guys are doing always, and as a combination, just even better. Then coming in at number 6, you know when you hear a track and it just seems to completely stop time and you just feel a bit rooted where you are, like you can't move, and everything around you just kind of stops moving? Well, that's what I get every single time that I hear Motion Blur by EPROM. I think amidst all the mad heaviness that we get in this list, it's pretty nice to have a track that just feels a bit careful and considered. I mean, they all are. They're all really accurate when it comes to where everything is placed when the tracks are being made. But this one, there's just such a kind of fragility and delicacy about it that you can't escape, you can't help but notice. And to me anyway, it is wild how something so minimal can be so gripping and arresting, and that is exactly what we get here. And continually just having that feeling like it's kind of tipping over, but it never quite fully does that, just kind of leaving you on edge and kind of guessing. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful track. I love it. And after that, at number 5, we have the track that grew on me the most over the course of last year, and which I would call genius. I would actually call it, and I've realised that the more that I've gone back to it over the course of last year and even into this year as well, I just have to hear it at least a couple of times a week, otherwise I get the scratches, you know what I mean? I get a bit fidgety. It's really good. I love it. It is Which Way by G. Jones. Yeah, when I'm not getting completely lost in this tune and essentially just forgetting who I am in the midst of listening to it, I'm thinking about and kind of trying to make an image of him placing all these different sounds with this cut and kind of being at the computer and mapping out all of these little bits respectively, like the squeaks or the little break passages or the steel drums, the piano stabs, all the little skittish touches that we get as well. Like, it's fucking wild. The attention to detail is mad. It's just the management for me of space and timing that we get across this cut that is exceptional and basically unmatched across the year in bass music. The attention to detail that we get here, and all to create and elicit that really weird, kooky, electronic, industrial kind of vibe. Yeah, it floors me every time, and I'm a big fan of it. I love it. Then at number 4, another amazing year for this particular artist, making hit after hit after hit. Again, you know, year on year, this artist is doing that exactly, and this was the best of all the originals that he put out, in my humble opinion. It is Make You Sweat by Knock 2. I said it in the EPs of the year video, I'll say it again here. No one is making hits as consistently as Knock 2 for me. There's just no competition for me on that front. And this one, Make You Sweat, just has all the right ingredients for a staple Knock 2 banger. You got production value, you got vocal samples, you got lead lines and melodies, you've got sounds used, you've got arrangement, amazing builds yet again. And I think he's had a top 5 or top 10 in every single list of this kind that I've done where I could have included him. So 3 years on the trot now, which is very impressive. And with that, top EPs and top remixes of the year as well. So he's very, very good. He's a legend in the making within not just bass music, but I think EDM at large. And yeah, incredible, incredible talent, and can't wait for the album that is going to drop this year. Let's go. Okay, we're in the top 3 now, and coming in at number 3, we have 2 of the very best melodically driven, dubstep influenced or based producers joining forces here, and at the very peak of their powers, I would have to say. This is an incredible collaboration, and I've loved it again the more I've gone back to it over the course of the year. It is Accelerate by Temanite and Skybreak. Yeah, this really is the best of both that just slammed it together in the most emphatic way. And when you think about everything that each of them is good for, it is combined and gelled here in a very emphatic, again, and effective way. You got production, sounds used, the story of the track and the vocal samples completely on lock. Then it's very off the wall and unpredictable and you don't quite know where it's going to go next. It all basically just matches the artwork really well. You've got this little Mario Kart-esque car kind of thing riding across a Milky Way rainbow galaxy kind of vibe. Yeah, it sounds just like that, exactly how you would imagine that would sound. And again, it's a collaboration where I just don't really get where you start making a tune like this. If you're two people, you're not in the same environment, I don't think, as one's in England, the other one's in America. I just don't really get how you craft a tune like this, like where you start with it. It's incredible, mind-boggling, so much going on, so much expertise on show, and again, the very best of either of them being melded and gelled together here. It is so good. Okay, coming in at number 2, we have the best crossover of last year in bass music, given who is involved on this cut. A cut that was my number 1 for most of last year, just about edged out in the final couple of months of last year, but that is saying quite a lot about it that it was my number 1 for about 8 or 9 months or so. And yeah, just a fantastic coming together of different musical worlds here. I love this tune. It is super infectious and catchy and all that good stuff. It is Ratata by Skrillex and Monsieur Oiseau and Missy Elliott. I mean, yeah, this really is just a perfect combination of different artists from completely different spheres of music. I mean, when you think about these guys coming together to make a tune, I'm not sure you'd think this is exactly what it would sound like, but it does, and they really pull it off. This kind of breakbeat-esque pop hybrid that is full of attitude, full of flavour, full of hype, full of bravado. And in my opinion, it really does show the genius of Skrillex, that he can pull a lead line from a completely different tune, Monsieur Oiseau's tune, and pitch it and kind of shift it in a weird way, and then take the main tag, the main vocal tag, from one of the biggest acts in hip-hop and R&B of all time, and meld them together and concoct them into this fantastic little mixture that really, really works, that fires on all cylinders, where the sounds are really good, it's produced really well. Also, yeah, I just don't really feel like you can fault this one at any point or say that anything doesn't work about it. For what it's going for, it's exceptional and it has everything and it just delivers all the punch that you would want from it. So yeah, Ratata, Skrillex, Monsieur Oiseau and Missy Elliott, my absolute and definite number 2 in bass music from last year. But coming in at number 1, my top bass track from the whole of last year, and I want to be clear here, no track from the last few years has filled me with as much pure joy and exaltation as this cut right here. I'm even smiling just thinking about it, like that is what it boils down to, and it's a track that no one I think will guess at this spot in the list. I'd be very surprised if you did. But yeah, it's just a track that's had a certain effect on me that I didn't really see coming, but yeah, I really love it. I can't get enough of it. It's Hyper by Link. Yeah, I mean, put simply, this is as full of life as it gets in bass music for me, and it's filled me with a lot of life over the course of last year. I really mean it, well and truly. I haven't been this outrageously happy listening to a track and going back to it again and again in years. I genuinely cannot remember another one. This level of electrifying and on its feet and exciting and just, again, full of life is something that I haven't encountered in so long. The energy of it is scintillating, and the pacing of it as well in that speed house kind of format, really good, irresistible stuff. Then with that, you got vocal samples, you got the punchiness of the production, you got that whole 90s rave kind of influence going on as well, which is really good. The piano section for the second drop, oh my god, fucking incredible. And you know, for a list of this kind, you might go for the best drops, or an amazing vocal, or an arrangement that was just particularly compelling or striking, but here I do just have to go for the track that reliably over the course of the year made me happiest, and the one that I just straight up like and enjoy the most. There's no two ways about it. I absolutely love it, wouldn't change a thing about it. I can genuinely see this one becoming a bit of an all-timer for me, for my personal likes. I love it that much. Yeah, Hyper by Link. It didn't get bettered for me in 2023 for bass music. But there we have it, guys, my top 50 singles video of last year, closing out Yearly Favourites Week 2023. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the series overall, actually, that you got a lot out of it and have a load of new music to find and enjoy. Do not forget, we got the listening party on Monday on Discord at the server down below in the description. Go and check that out. It will be a lot of fun. Just watch out for my socials and posting about when exactly that is gonna be. But yeah, until then, I'll see you in the next one, guys. Don't know what I'm gonna do next on the channel, but it will be pretty soon. Not too long before I'm posting again on here after these videos. And keep it naughty until then. See you at the listening party. Peace.